Broadcasting from the great state of Texas, news and views with a Lone Star perspective. You can sound off during the show by sending Chad a text at 806-680-2790. That's 806-680-2790. Or call in at 1-800-687-0790. Now, here's Chad Hasty.
Good evening, Lubbock, Amarillo, Abilene, Wichita Falls, Midland, Odessa, Dallas, Fort Worth, down in Houston, over at El Paso. And anywhere else, inside or outside of the great state of Texas, we welcome you in to the Chad Hasty Show. Yes, we are live on this Monday, January 26th of 2026. Glad that you've joined us today. They couldn't keep us away. They tried. They threw ice. They threw snow. They threw everything else being closed throughout the day. But no, they could not keep us away from you, the audience. They could not keep me away. They people said, no, don't do it. Don't drive all the way up to the radio station. It's dangerous. It's crazy out there. People are lunatics. Yes, that's true. But there's so much to talk about. It's a big show today. And we have so much to talk about. We just had to do a show today. We've got Second Amendment talk. Thanks to the shooting over the weekend in Minnesota. We have that to talk about and unpack. And oh boy, there's a lot to unpack from that shooting that happened in Minnesota over the weekend. And some of the comments made by officials within the Trump administration that are head-scratching at best, worrisome at worst, very, very worrisome. That we'll talk about. But Trump stepping in today and saying, you know what, we're going to send the adults in. Tom Homan, you're on your way to Minnesota. Congratulations, and that's a good thing, folks. Tom Homan on his way to Minnesota. That is a very, very good thing. So we've got that to talk about today. We've got the Texas Democrats. They debated over the weekend, at least the two U.S. Senate candidates. You didn't see it on TV because it wasn't televised. It was streamed only, and, well, you didn't bother to watch anyway because it was on a Saturday. So we'll break it down to you and tell you what went on during the debate. And we've also got a couple of guests who will join us, scheduled to join us today, at least in studio, where we're scheduled to visit with the good folks over at the Lubbock Lions Club, the Pancake Festival. It's coming back, what is it, next month, I guess? Yeah. Next month, the big old Pancake Festival. So scheduled to visit with them about that today. And then at 6:35, Sid Miller is scheduled to join us on the phones. We'll visit with Sid Miller about his campaign for re-election in the Texas Ag Commissioner's race. Things have heated up a lot in that race. So looking forward to having Sid on the show and discussing his campaign. We were going to visit with others today, but scheduling conflicts and driving and everything else kind of got thrown off. So with that, and then one of our guests who was scheduled for today actually called in last Friday. It's okay. That happens. And so that's where we are right now. So we want to hear from you. You've heard from everybody else all day long. Maybe you've been cooped up inside the house all day. Maybe you've been stuck at work all day. We want to hear from you about any of the topics, any of the issues going on out there. Yes, we'll go through some of the local issues as well, which the local issues for a lot of us right now is just, what are the school districts doing tomorrow? What are schools doing? What are businesses doing? And I can tell you this, in the Lubbock area, yeah, schools are pretty much closed. In the Lubbock area, we've got a story up for you at KFYO.com. For those of you in Lubbock, you can check it out. And for those of you in the Lubbock area, schools, they're pretty much closed due to the anticipated refreezing of the roads this evening. You've got school districts closing and starting late in Abilene and in Wichita Falls and Amarillo as well. And we'll go through some of those just to kind of give you a heads up as to what's going on throughout the state. But a lot of places having to deal with ice and the cleanup of ice. And when I say ice, I mean actual falling from the sky ice is what Texas is having to deal with. So how do you get in touch with us? It's very simple. You can text in at 806-680-2790. That's 806-680-2790. You can also weigh in on the app chat. Just tap the app. Send us a message that way. We've also you can reach us on social media at Chad Hasty Radio. And you have the always trusty, the old school way of getting in touch with us. That's via the phones at 1-800-687-0790. That's 1-800-687-0790. And the first voice you hear from when you dial in today, a guy who sent me a text early this morning. Do you want to do a show today? It's Nick. Nick, how you doing?
Doing well. Staying warm.
Yeah.
Staying safe. I
appreciate the asking if I wanted to do a show.
Sure.
I appreciate that.
Well, like you were saying, some things are closed.
Yeah.
A lot of people didn't come in today. Lots of people chose to.
This place is a ghost town. This building,
even more so.
Yeah.
Than a normal, even a normal Friday.
Yeah.
There are, I believe, there are 2 people.
Yes.
You and me.
Yeah, we're the only ones.
And that's it.
That's it.
Yeah. No, in fact, I was one of the many who I stayed home for most of the day. Got some work done at home before coming back here, and I think a lot of people did that.
Yeah,
I think that was sort of recommended.
It was a work from home day.
Yeah, and you know what? I thought if I am going to go, I was going to go in. So I'm like, you know what? I'll just wait till later. Because then the sun will be out, it'll melt a little bit, and then when I was driving here, it's that nasty that black slushy, it mixed with the oils on the road.
Sure.
And it's all nasty. So I'll take that, though.
Yeah. You know who's happy about that today?
Who's happy about
Car
that?
washes. Car washes across town are like, you know what? Today, bad day.
Yeah.
Tomorrow might be a bad day.
Yeah.
Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, good days.
Good days.
Oh, it's going to be good
you got
days.
The salt, sand, maybe.
Yeah.
Whatever you put down
you don't
the
want that on
roads.
your car.
Exactly.
You got to get that off your car as soon as possible.
Yeah.
And some of the car washes around town, they're like, oh man, this is good.
Yeah.
It's a good weekend.
Yeah. It's been a while. I had to whip out the what is that? The ice, the scraper brush combo.
Yeah.
The classic. I had to break that out. Haven't done that in
a while.
Year.
Yeah.
At least a year.
Yeah.
So it's fun. There's something nice about you and all your neighbors. It's very
all standing outside.
Yeah, just brushing the snow off. It's like a coming together moment.
So did y'all do anything this week? Did you just stay inside and watch the snowfall?
I think like everybody else.
Yeah.
Just stayed home. Had let the dogs go crazy outside. A friend of mine.
See, you say like everyone else.
I think a lot of people stayed home.
Maybe they did, but and I don't know if you tuned over to watch any of the Texas Tech basketball game.
Oh, I must have missed it.
Sold out, and it was jam-packed.
Yeah.
And what I love is you had this message of, folks, it's dangerous.
Don't drive if you don't have to.
Don't get out on the roads. Don't do it. It's dangerous.
Yeah.
And then 5 minutes later, live from Lubbock, Texas, we've never seen a crowd like this. It was like, okay, we'll take a chance to go to the game.
Yeah.
And what a game it was. It was a great game.
And you watched it from the warmth and comfort of your own home.
Absolutely. Yeah, I did. I saw some folks who were like offering up tickets. Like, hey, if you want to go. And I'm like, no, I'm good.
I'm good.
I'm good. It's toasty.
Yeah.
We got a fire going. Everything's good.
Because then you have to drive back, too. You got to drive there, then the lines and the traffic.
Yeah,
and
no
the
thank
ice
you.
Yeah.
I'm good. And so, no, we stayed inside. We were very happy to to be something. The power never went out. Very happy about that.
It didn't go out with us either.
No.
And I was surprised. We didn't, none of our water froze.
Yeah.
We didn't lose any power.
See, that's good.
It
Knock
was,
on wood. Because
exactly.
it could still happen, but
That's
knock
true.
on wood.
That's true. But given that the entire weekend, I felt like we were in a snow globe.
Yeah.
And someone was really shaking it up. I was surprised.
Yeah.
Now I know I'm speaking for myself. I know that I'm sure a lot of people, maybe had some issues.
Yeah, I know someone whose pipes they froze Friday night. Yeah, out of water the entire. Yeah.
Wow. Hey, there's plenty
It's
of water
not good.
outside.
That's
Get a pot.
just go pick up some snow.
Yeah.
Just go pick up some snow.
No.
And then I love, the forecast. It was a little bit delayed because you had the sleet that fell Friday night and then into Saturday for a lot of Saturday. And then the original forecast was like, this thing's going to be over Sunday morning.
Yeah. And then snow.
And then
the
all
snow
day
came.
Sunday it was snow.
Yeah.
And that's what it really added up. So we got about 5 inches of snow. Like in our place, we got about 5 inches of snow on Sunday.
Yeah. What I noticed too is they weren't just snowflakes.
They were,
clumps.
yes.
It was clumps
A
of
clump of snow would fall. Yeah.
falling from the sky. And you could hear it too. I opened the door and it almost sounds like rain. They were so big clumps of snow. Yeah, they're just falling in the snow. It was even in up north. I don't know if I've ever seen snow clumps instead of flakes.
And then I was happy because I let the dogs out. The dogs ran around in the
they
snow a
love that.
little bit.
Yeah. Dogs love
Our
snow.
mutt does not love it. We had to physically toss her out into the snow to go to the bathroom.
Too cold? She didn't like it?
She got to the door and was like, I don't think so. And we're like, nah, it's going to be a while, so you got to go.
Yeah.
The German Shepherd loved it. German Shepherd was just rolling around in the snow,
Getting
being like,
all
look
wet.
at me.
Yeah.
Look at us.
Yeah.
And then as my mutt came up, a tradition unlike any other, where I threw a snowball
Sure.
right into the dog's face.
You have to.
Yeah, I have to.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then the German Shepherd came up. She didn't care.
No.
She caught it.
Yeah.
She just
Ate it.
caught. Oh
Yeah.
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 Had a fun time. The mutt very unhappy. It was like, this is not a yearly tradition that I like.
No. A friend of mine also had fun in the snow.
Yeah.
My human friend. He this was maybe the third snowfall he's ever seen.
Okay.
He was making snowmen.
Yeah.
He was making snow angels. He was doing everything outside because he's never seen something like this. Maybe once every couple of years.
Right.
There's a little bit of snow, but this was a big deal for a lot of people.
It was, and then it was nice people having fun. You saw people. Someone went down our street, which is very rare for someone to go down our street. But I guess they were like, let's go to the county. And holding on, they were on a snowboard, holding on to the back of a rope being tugged by a truck. And they were just having a good time. Just living it up. Saw videos of kids just kind of living it up and having a good time. Good for them. And the kids get off tomorrow, too. If you're Lubbock ISD, Lubbock Cooper, Friendship, most of the area school districts, you're closed. You're closed tomorrow. Kids get to stay home. 806-680-2790. When we come back, we'll get into some of the news of the day. Your phone calls, your text, and much more.
The Chad Hasty Show can be heard all over West Texas. Weekdays from 5 to 7 p.m. Tune into News Talk 95.1 and 790 KFYO in Lubbock. News Talk 940 in Amarillo. News Talk 94.7 and 1470 KYYW in Abilene. And in Wichita Falls on News Talk 96.3 and 1290. The Chad Hasty Show. Make it a part of your drive home. Weekdays from 5 to 7 p.m.
When I'm driving, I look twice for motorcycles.
I look twice because motorcycles are easy to miss.
I look twice just in case a motorcycle's in my blind spot.
I look twice at intersections and before I turn left.
I look twice because I want to know for sure.
I look twice for motorcycles because I don't want to hurt anyone.
Look twice for motorcycles. There's a life riding on it. A message from Texas Department of Transportation.
This is House Call for Health. Even though the World Health Organization has declared loneliness a global public health crisis, medical professionals say there's still a lot of stigma surrounding social isolation. And health professionals also warn about the medical risks linked to loneliness. The CDC says having strong connections with others can help folks feel like they belong. But human development experts say it takes a lot of time and energy to build and maintain close relationships. There may be some encouraging news, though. Dr. Karen Fingerman of the University of Texas at Austin says fringe ships could offer solutions. A fringe ship usually refers to a no-strings-attached connection formed with people you regularly see in specific settings, like a coffee shop, gym, or dog park. And while experts aren't saying to stop forming close ties with others, fringe ships can be a great place to start if you're feeling isolated. For more health news, go to foxnewshealth.com. House Call for Health on Lisa Brady, Fox News.
Live talk on Sunday nights. Ben Ferguson, Sundays 6 to 9 p.m. on News Talk 95.1 and 790 KFYO.
On the Chad HD Show. Thank you very much for tuning in today. You can send in your thoughts on the text line at 806-680-2790. That's 806-680-2790. Let's see. Starting out of Politico, it's starting to turn against us. White House reckons with Minnesota fallout. Trump administration rushing to contain the political fallout after a second person was killed by a federal immigration agent in Minneapolis. Republicans across the spectrum have for weeks warned the White House that the implementation of the president's immigration agenda had Americans increasingly anxious about the federal government's heavy-handed role. The backlash exploded this weekend following the shooting of 37-year-old Alex Pretty in Minneapolis. Federal officials said the victim here approached U.S. Border Patrol officers with a 9mm semi-automatic handgun. Video verified and analyzed by several media outlets, including the New York Times, Washington Post, and others, show the item appeared to be holding was a phone that he was using to film the scene before he attempted to help a woman who was pushed to the ground by Border Patrol agents. Normally, loyal Republicans criticize the president. Partial government shutdown over an immigration and customs enforcement tactics seems very possible, and polling shows the president is losing ground on immigration, including voters who backed him back in 2024. On Monday, Trump offered the first hint that the political crisis engulfing his administration would lead to changes on the ground. He deployed border czar Tom Homan to Minneapolis, a move viewed by some administration officials and Trump allies as a recognition that the president needed to change course. Homan, Trump said, will report directly to me. The Border Patrol commander, Gregory Bavino, who has led a series of aggressive raids in multiple blue cities, will also leave Minneapolis, although it's unclear how many agents will depart with him, said an administration official who spoke with anonymity. Quote, that is intentional, said a second administration official. Tom needs to be in charge. Trump also spoke to the Minnesota governor, Tim Walz, on Monday, said they seem to be on a similar wavelength, the latest sign the president may be looking to de-escalate tensions. Walz's office said the call was productive, and the president agreed to consider reducing the federal government's presence in the state. The president later said he had a good call with Minneapolis mayor, and adding that Homan will be meeting with the mayor on Tuesday. Now, I've watched this video multiple times, multiple angles, and I think two things can be true at the same time. One is Tim Walz and this mayor in Minneapolis have done all they can do to inflame tensions, to make people angry, and to almost convince citizens that they need to take matters in their own hands against law enforcement. It can also be true that Border Patrol made a bad shot here. That the gun appears to be holstered, and the gun was removed by a fellow Border Patrol agent, and it may have gone off with an accidental discharge. And that's when agents shot and killed the protester. And as disturbing as that is, and of course there needs to be an investigation, is it stupid to walk up to police officials, law enforcement, and impede their duties? Yes. And if you do that, you should be arrested. If you try to impede what law enforcement is doing, if you try to stop law enforcement from doing their job, you should absolutely 100% be arrested. You should probably be pepper sprayed. You should be removed from the area. No questions asked. You should be moved. But the bigger problem that I've had was the response from some in the administration about guns. Kash Patel and some others who said, well, you know, this guy had multiple, he had 2 magazines on him. I mean, who does that? There was no evidence whatsoever that this guy was there to commit a terrorist act. There was no evidence at all that this guy was going to shoot multiple people. He had 2 magazines on him. I'm sure many of you probably carry with multiple magazines. A lot of people do. We have to be very careful when it comes to defending the Second Amendment. Even against people we may not agree with, we've got to defend the Second Amendment. More on this when we come back.
Call in to the Chad Hasty Show at 1-800-687-0790. The Chad Hasty Show, broadcasting on the Texas Town Square Media Network.
Let's be honest. The National Symphony may not be in his future, but he wanted to try violin. So you said yes because you love him. And if you love him that much, love him enough to make sure he's buckled up and in the back seat. Find out more about keeping your kids safe in your vehicle at nhtsa.gov/the-right-seat. Show him you love him. Keep him safe. Visit nhtsa.gov/the-right-seat. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Pedal to the metal. Greased lightning. Burn rubber. Make tracks. Full gas. Whatever you call it, it's speeding. And a heavy foot can cost you a heavy fine. Or more. Speeding is a factor in more than 150,000 crashes every year in Texas. Many of them fatal. Slow down. Be safe, drive smart, and take it easy. A message from the Texas Department of Transportation.
TSN News headlines. Ground stops now at both airports in Dallas. In all, 1,468 flights canceled, and that's just the in all so far number. Power losses are far better this time, at least again thus far in all. About 5,400 in Tarrant County, about 1,100 in Dallas County. UT Austin is shutting down campus operations this weekend because of expected ice from the winter storm. All of the activities are canceled from 5 p.m. Saturday through noon on Monday. There's no word as of yet what happens on Monday. Local veterinarians are urging pet owners and livestock caretakers to take extra steps to keep animals safe. From booties for dogs to extra hay for cattle, simple precautions can prevent problems in the extreme cold weather. Counties across the region are urging residents still to sign up for emergency alerts that they distribute. These can be in the form of text messages to email to phone calls. These systems can keep you updated on road conditions, power outages, and any shelter info that may be there. This is TSN News.
Hurt in a car or truck wreck? Call Frankel and Frankel first. Mark and Scott Frankel, the go-to car and truck wreck attorneys in Texas, have been fighting for your rights for over 25 years. Before becoming personal injury lawyers, they defended insurance companies, so they know all the tricks and tactics insurers use to deny your claim. Trust the experienced, family-owned, and highly awarded Frankel & Frankel to put you first and get the resolution you deserve. And remember, it's a felony for an attorney to reach out to you directly or indirectly via third parties within the first 30 days after an accident. During this period, an attorney may only send a letter. Frankel & Frankel make it easy. From the free consultation to the very first phone call, they handle everything with no out-of-pocket costs. They only get paid when you win. If you or a loved one has been injured, reach out to Frankel & Frankel today at frankelfirm.com. That's FRENKEL firm.com. Principal office, Dallas, Texas.
Lubbock Top Lakes weather forecast. Temperatures indeed were very cold today on this Monday, in the 20s for a high. Now the temperatures are dropping again near 11 degrees by Tuesday morning. On Tuesday, we'll finally go above freezing with a high temperature near 41 degrees under a partly cloudy sky. The weather is brought to you by the Sonic American Smasher. I'm meteorologist Ron Roberts on Lubbock's official weather station, News Talk KFYO.
Financial news on KFYO.
With your money now. Shares of Moderna fell 6% today. The biotech CEO, Stefan Bancel, told Bloomberg TV that the company doesn't plan on investing in new late-stage vaccine trials due to the opposition of immunizations by the Trump administration. Location sharing app Life360 saw its shares soar 24% today. Data showed that its monthly active user base grew 20% last year to 95.8 million, and its financial results for 2025 appear to be better than expected. Mixed results for Wall Street to end the week. The Dow Industrials fell 285 points, ending the session at 49,099. NASDAQ picked up 65 points. S&P 500 added 2. The Trump administration has canceled solar projects in Puerto Rico worth millions of dollars as the island struggles with chronic power outages and a crumbling electric grid. The administration said that widespread solar would not be stable enough and would be fragile to that grid. Again, Wall Street stocks mixed to end the week. That's your money now.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along. Which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
ZipRecruiter. Has anybody told you about Coast to Coast AM tonight?
Coast to Coast is one of those programs that deals with strange mysteries. We'll look at Bigfoot. We'll look at UFOs. We'll look at real science. And we'll also look at conspiracies and what it all means to you, the listeners of Coast to Coast AM.
It's the best in overnight talk radio. Coast to Coast AM.
Coast to Coast AM with George Norrie. Tonight at midnight on KFYO.
Empowering West Texas with news that matters. News Talk 95.1 FM, 790 AM, KFYO.
It's the Chad Hasty Show.
All right, welcome back to the Chad Hasty Show. We're going to dive into this Second Amendment issue here. And I think Trump is doing a very good thing here in recognizing that there are a lot of conservatives who are very angry right now over what some members of his administration have said when it comes to protests in the Second Amendment. And those who support the Second Amendment, those who are gun rights defenders, you should be concerned. Not necessarily about Trump right now. And I'm not mad at Trump. But some of his appointees, some of those within the administration, you're going to have to keep an eye on. Because they're proving to be not very trustworthy when it comes to the Second Amendment and your protections. We had a drive-by caller who says it's illegal for protesters to carry firearms in the first place. I don't know who told you that or where you learned it, but that is 100% false. You are absolutely allowed to carry a firearm at a protest. Whoever told you that, whoever put that into your mind that you are not allowed to carry at a protest, they were wrong. Now, are there some states, are there some place where, well, you've got to have a license to carry in order to, yes. But it is absolutely false, 100% false, that you are going against the Constitution or that it is illegal to carry at a protest. Numerous people have carried guns at protest. There have been lots of conservatives who have carried AR-15s openly at protest. Now, do I believe it's a smart idea to do it? No. But are you legally allowed to? Yes. And this is where some of this comes down to is good idea versus bad idea. Good idea versus bad idea versus legal or illegal. You had a U.S. attorney who posted on social media, if you approach law enforcement with a gun, there's a high likelihood they will be legally justified in shooting you. Don't do it. That is a remarkably stupid thing to post, an irresponsible thing to post on social media. If you approach law enforcement, what does that mean? That's very vague. What if law enforcement approaches you and you're armed? They're just allowed to shoot you. That's highly legal, legally justified in shooting you. That's very dangerous language to use. Now, if you go to a protest and you've decided you're going to get into the faces of police, that's a bad idea. That's a really stupid idea. I would argue it's really stupid whether you're armed or not. It is illegal to impede law enforcement. It's illegal to attempt to prevent them from doing their jobs. That's where the illegal part kicks in. It is not illegal to video law enforcement, nor should it ever be illegal to video law enforcement. Kash Patel at one time, he was being interviewed on Fox News. Said you cannot bring a firearm loaded with multiple magazines to any sort of protest that you want. It's that simple. You don't have a right to break the law. Again, that's not the law. And this idea that you can't carry multiple magazines, many people do. This is the director of the FBI. This is the head of the FBI. Who's telling people, oh, you can't bring a loaded firearm to a protest. Since when? You can absolutely bring a loaded firearm to a protest as long as you are obeying all the other rules, all the other laws. Like if you're in a state where you have to have a permit, you can carry. You can absolutely carry. You had the Secretary Scott Bessent, who was on ABC. He was asked, there's no evidence that the protester brandished a gun. Bessent says, but he brought a gun. Have you ever been to a protest? Have you? I have. Guess what? I didn't bring a gun. I brought a billboard. Okay. That type of attitude, that's wrong. Now, the good news is, I think Trump has recognized that a few folks in the administration, including Kristi Noem, have been PR disasters for him this weekend. And that's why Tom Homan is going in, is taking over. I think Kristi Noem may be on her way out. I think she might be on her way out as head of the Department of Homeland Security. I don't know if Tom Homan will take over. It would be great if he did. But Tom Homan, it looks to be moving in and at least taking over what's going on in Minnesota. And that's a good thing. Tom Homan is absolutely fantastic. And he has had his disagreements in public and private with Kristi Noem. And it looks like Trump, who I don't think he really likes Tom Homan, he's sending Homan in. Homan is a no-nonsense guy. We all know Tom Homan. And I think he's going to do well, and hopefully they'll be able to clear things up. The problem has been, if we go back to this, if the governor of Minnesota and the mayor of Minneapolis had not inflamed tensions to the level that they have, we probably wouldn't be talking about this today. It should not be lost that the reason why so many of their citizens are acting this way is because they've done this. They have inflamed these tensions. ICE is much more active in Texas than they are in Minnesota, and you don't see this crap in Texas. You don't see this playing out. You don't see these protests. You don't see people getting shot. This doesn't happen because we have leadership that actually goes along with what the Border Patrol and what ICE does. In Minnesota, they don't want to. They want to remain lawless in Minnesota. Rick in Lubbock, there are 26 states currently have constitutional carry laws. Texas is one of them. In those states, you're not required to have a permit or license to carry. Nothing wrong or illegal about having 2 magazines with your handgun. Hell, I know people who carry 2 handguns on them. In our political world today, there are a lot of folks who want it to be Team A versus Team B. And you can never, there's never a middle. There's never I'm going to defend them on this. And that's a wrong way of looking at it, because here's the deal. I may disagree with the Democrats, but I'll defend their rights when it comes to the Second Amendment. They'll never defend my rights when it comes to the Second Amendment, but I will defend their rights when it comes to protecting themselves. When I see, when I hear of these folks who decided, well, we're gonna buy guns to protect ourselves, I applaud that. When you have these Democrat groups who say, well, we need to be able to protect ourselves, so we're going to buy guns, good. Now go get educated. Go learn how to use it, please. Just because we don't like the protest, just because we don't like the protesters, doesn't mean we should go against our own rights. We've got a party out there that wants to decimate the Second Amendment. We can't do it to ourselves. We can't use their language against ourselves. We can't do it. We can't allow that to happen. I saw some over the weekend saying that, well, this was a military-style handgun. Hell, it was. Stop it. Get that type of language out of here. Just because someone on the left had a gun, one, doesn't mean he deserved to be shot. Doesn't mean you get rid of your Second Amendment rights if you show up to a protest. And I think there's going to be an investigation. I hope there is an investigation that's done. And I think what we may see come out of that are a string of very bad decisions. It may be an accidental discharge, but a string of very bad decisions, which includes a protester who thinks and has been emboldened by the radical left out there to get into the faces of police officers. Because you have Tim Walz out there saying, oh, well, they're not really law enforcement, but they are. Some of this is on Tim Walz. Some of this is on the Democrats in Minnesota who have encouraged residents to rise up against ICE. 806-680-2790. When we come back, your phone calls, your text, and more.
The Titan of Texas Talk Radio, The Chad Hasty Show.
Talking with newsmakers and about the issues that matter to you. The Chad Hasty Show, weekdays from 5 to 7 p.m. Chad's show is also digital with the Chad Hasty Show podcast. The Chad Hasty Show podcast can be downloaded on Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, Spotify, and the Radio On Demand page on KFYO.com. The Chad Hasty Show, all across Texas during your drive home, weekdays from 5 to 7 p.m.
My mom has taken up going to the park to practice yoga.
My dad's going to a club, but not a book club, a salsa club.
Finding new hobbies comes with age.
My mom has started getting lost and not knowing where she's going.
Becoming lost or disoriented doesn't. Confusion with time or place may be a sign of Alzheimer's. An early diagnosis can help improve the quality of life for your loved one. Learn the warning signs of Alzheimer's at 10signs.org. Brought to you by the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
Add the KFYO text line to your contacts and voice your opinion during our local shows. 806-680-2790. That's 806-680-2790. News Talk 95.1 and 790. And on the KFYO app.
Fox on Tech. More driverless taxis are on the loose. Waymo is now driving with no drivers in Miami. The company says it will begin service in the South Florida city in a service area covering 60 square miles, including Wynwood, Brickell, and Coral Gables. They will eventually include Miami International Airport. Miami Beach, however, remains outside the service zone. Waymo vehicles, however, are not a new sight for drivers in Miami. The cars have been mapping and even testing with no human driver for months. Waymo is owned by the same parent company as Google. Waymo uses its own app, and you need to create an account. There is a large wait list in South Florida. And Elon Musk's Tesla will now begin service with no human drivers in Austin. Tesla's autonomous taxis have been operating with safety drivers since last June. Tesla's robo-taxis are hailable using their app called RoboTaxi. With Fox on Tech, I'm Eben Brown, Fox News.
The big stuff. Who do you think you are, Mr. Big Stuff?
All right, back on the Chad HD Show. Thank you very much for tuning in today. Hope you're having a wonderful one out there. Okay, let's see. Tomorrow, for those of you tuning in, it's going to be another snow day for a lot of the kids out there. You've got in the Lubbock area, pretty much everybody is going to be delayed. We got a list for you over at KFYO.com. You can check it out. You've got Lubbock ISD canceled. Lubbock Cooper canceled. Friendship canceled. Texas Tech University shut down. You get the full list over at KFYO.com. And you can see just what the what some of the districts are doing out there. Wichita Falls, there's a big list over at newschannel6now.com of school districts that are closed. It looks like a pretty big amount of districts are closed. You've got Archer City, Bellevue, Benjamin, Bowie, Burke Burnett, Bryson, Cityview, Electra, Forestburg, Graham, Harold, Henrietta, Holiday, Jacksboro, Lawton Public Schools. All these are closed. Midway, Montague, Newcastle, Nocona, Northside, Olney. St. Joe, Seymour, Throckmorton, Windthorst, Vernon, Wichita Falls, and Woodson ISD, among others, are all going to be closed on Tuesday. And trying to look and see. Amarillo. You've got a mixture of closures and schools that are open. Canadian ISD closed. Childress ISD closed. Freona delayed until 10 a.m. Hart ISD delayed until 10 a.m. Tulia delayed until 10 a.m. A lot of these are delayed until 10 p.m. or 10 a.m. 10 p.m. 10 a.m. up in the Panhandle. Check your local school to see what they are, what they're doing, just so you know. You've got, over in the Abilene area, you've got a lot of schools that are also closed. You can check out KTXS for their latest on what they have, including, Abilene ISD will remain closed on Tuesday. The start of school on Wednesday, they're already saying Wednesday, will be delayed by at least 2 hours in Abilene. So again, check your local school district to see what they're up to and what they're doing when it comes to closures and delays heading into Tuesday, and even on Wednesday, some of these schools are closing up. So we'll see. I bet Wednesday we should be fine in the Lubbock area. It's going to be above freezing tomorrow. They're going to get more of the streets taken care of, and I think parents will be ready for their kids to go back to school as well. All right, when we come back, how about we talk about the Pancake Festival? Sounds pretty good, right? Lubbock Lions Club getting ready for their big Pancakes of Love Festival that's coming up. What a lovely day it'll be. Sid Miller coming up at 6:35. We'll be right back on the Chad Hasty Show.
The Chad Hasty Show, a presentation of Texas Town Square Media Network. The views and opinions expressed during the Chad Hasty Show are not necessarily the views of this station's staff, management, advertisers, or Town Square Media.
Drive home with Chad Hasty at 5. Then at 7 p.m., listen to Mark Levin at home on your Alexa device. News Talk 95.1 and 790 KFYO.
News Talk 95.1 FM and 790 AM KFYO. KFYO and K236CP Lubbock, and on the KFYO app.
It's 6 o'clock in Texas.
On the phone with Minnesota, I'm John Saucier, Fox News. Border Patrol Commander Greg Bavino is reportedly set to leave Minneapolis along with some Border Patrol officers.
Bavino's departure, along with a number of Customs and Border Protection agents, comes as President Trump's border czar, Tom Homan, makes his way to Minneapolis to oversee ICE operations. Bavino was one of the top enforcement officials who defended the deadly shooting of Alex Preddy last Saturday, claiming Preddy impeded federal agents while being armed. The statements by Bavino caused community and national protests when compared with cell phone video of the shooting. Bavino has also been at other controversial immigration enforcement operations in cities such as Los Angeles and Chicago. Gernal Scott, Fox News.
President Trump had a phone call with Minnesota's governor and the mayor of Minneapolis today. Tom Homan will meet with Minneapolis Mayor Jacob Fry on Tuesday. A major winter storm impacting more than 200 million Americans this weekend, disrupting more than 36,000 flights across 18 states. The storm knocked out power to over 1 million households at its peak. Middle Tennessee Electric CEO Chris Jones on Fox says more than 240,000 customers in Tennessee are without power.
A number of people remain out of power, and we're working as hard as we can to restore those. The last few are going to be the most challenging because it can be in remote areas where it's just hard to get to. Still lots of trees with ice accumulation. We're still picking up more outages as we're working, and we're very concerned about very cold temperatures.
Massachusetts Governor Maura Healey with an update on the conditions there.
Travel conditions remain challenging, so please be careful out there as cleanup continues. And again, if you can stay off the roads, we really appreciate it because the crews need time to clean up, and they're going to need more time to deal with whatever falls.
At least 29 deaths across the country have been attributed to this storm. America's listening to Fox News.
Local events, newsmakers, and information. It's Sunrise LBK on KFYO.
Coming up on Tuesday morning, Sunrise LBK, Tom Collins, and we're thinking macro. Hey, also, Tom Couture from Texas Tech Credit Union going to be swinging the bat for Cheryl Isaacs this week.
And the Lubbock Lions Club representatives will be in-house talking about the Pancake Festival on February 14th.
Yeah, we got your ticket, KFYO and Sunrise LBK. Coming up Tuesday morning.
I'm Gianna Gelosi with your Fox True Crime Minute. A North Carolina restaurateur was arrested last week on 2 counts of murder. One for the death of her own daughter she allegedly poisoned at Thanksgiving dinner, and the other for the death of a man who was killed in a house fire 2 decades ago. And at her bond hearing, investigators say she could be linked to even more mysterious deaths. Prosecutors say 52-year-old Gudrun Casper Leinenkugel killed one daughter, Leela Livis, and sickened her other daughter and that daughter's boyfriend with poisoned wine at Thanksgiving dinner. Police determined the wine was spiked with a colorless liquid commonly found in lithium batteries. Deputies also unearthed evidence that they say connected Casper Leinenkugel to the cold case killing of Michael Schmidt, who died in a house fire in 2007. Casper Leinenkugel owned and operated a since-shuttered German restaurant in Asheville. Details about the other cases she could be linked to were not revealed, but she could face the death penalty. There's more on this story at foxnews.com or subscribe to the Fox True Crime Podcast. I'm Gianna Gelosi with your Fox True Crime Minute.
Top Lanes weather forecast. Temperatures indeed were very cold today on this Monday, in the 20s for a high. Now the temperatures are dropping again near 11 degrees by Tuesday morning. On Tuesday, we'll finally go above freezing with a high temperature near 41 degrees under a partly cloudy sky. The weather is brought to you by the Sonic American Smasher. I'm meteorologist Ron Roberts on Lubbock's official weather station, News Talk KFYO.
Broadcasting from the great state of Texas, news and views with a Lone Star perspective. You can sound off during the show by sending Chad a text at 806-680-2790. That's 806-680-2790. Or call in at 1-800-687-0790. Now, here's Chad Hasty.
Welcome back to the Chad Hasty Show. Appreciate you being out there today. You can send in your thoughts on the text line, 806-680-2790. Sid Miller, Texas Ag Commissioner, will join us at 6:35. He's running for re-election. And, boy, the governor had some things to say about Sid Miller this morning on a radio show in Dallas. We'll Well, we'll probably broach that topic with Sid Miller coming up at 6:35, and we've got other news and things to get into. But first, before we do any of that, we've got to visit with our good friends over at the Lubbock Lions Club, the Pancakes of Love, as I call them. Deborah Perry joining us in the studio for our yearly conversation about the largest pancake festival in the world.
That's right. And we're going to hold up to that.
Yes.
That's right. We have to. We got to.
Absolutely.
Lubbock has to have a nostalgic reason to not only be very important.
Yeah.
With all of our wonderful musicians that come from here and
Yes.
our actors, but pancakes have to be at the top of the list.
Look, are we still the world record?
Of course we are.
Okay, so we got the world record as
The
far as
Guinness Book
pancakes.
of World Record.
Yeah,
Of course we do.
We still have that. We're still number one on that.
That's right.
Which I think is the reason why the city of Lubbock, and we need to talk to them about this. Why is there not a great giant pancake sculpture in the downtown area for the Pancake Festival?
You know, that's a novel idea.
Who would not want their picture taken in front of a giant pancake?
Why not we do that this year?
I think so.
I mean, really?
I think
Let's
so.
do it. That's a great
I
idea,
think so.
Chad. Yeah.
You got, it would be Instagram worthy. People would take their photo in front of a giant pancake.
That's right.
And throw some bacon on the side, maybe. Who knows?
Well, guess what? It's Valentine's Day.
Yes.
So what better way to make it a great day than have a big pancake with your picture?
Yeah, I love it.
With the picture with you.
I love it. It's the 74th Annual Pancake Festival, and it's on Valentine's Day.
That's right. Was that an accident? No, because we're stacking our pancakes with lots of love.
Tell folks about the Pancake Festival if they haven't been.
If you have not been, now is the time to come out. This is a fun family atmosphere with lots of wonderful entertainment. And you know what? It's a big community reunion. If you haven't seen your neighbors in a year, then it's time to come and see them at the Pancake Festival.
Yeah.
You know, we get a little busy in the morning, so if you want to come out and just hang out in the afternoon, the lines are a lot shorter then. It's just a wonderful atmosphere. And you know what? It's all the hot pancakes and sausage you can eat. You know, stack them up, fill them up, go back for seconds, and then you can buy some bacon to go on top of it.
Yeah.
And new this year, we've got a kids area. We're going to have bounce houses and a craft area,
Nice.
something to keep all the kids entertained and hopefully wear them out before you take them home after all that sugary syrup.
I was about to say, after the syrup, and then there's usually some cotton candy being sold as well.
Always cotton
So then
candy.
you send the
That's
kids to
right.
the bounce house area, right?
That's right. We're gonna give them an area to hopefully burn up that energy, and they can go home and crash that afternoon. And we've got some new stuff going on this year
Yes.
because it's Valentine's Day. We're gonna have VIP reserve tables.
Okay.
So for a $400 fee, yes, it sounds like a lot, but let me tell you, you get 8 people at the table. You get served all the pancakes, bacon, and sausage that you can eat. So you will have your own little personal server
Nice.
there in that area. It'll be fun. It's for 15-minute time slots. Just go to the Facebook page for Lubbock Lions. There'll be some more information on there as well as on our website.
Very good. Okay.
Yeah.
So you've got those VIP tables available. You've got...
there's a fast pass with those.
I was about to
That's
okay.
the cool thing about it. You get to come straight into the table and get served and waited on. So
Okay,
sorry
you don't
about
have to
that,
wait in
Jeff.
line.
That's right. That's the whole big
Yeah.
deal about it. Yeah. So, we got lots of information on our Facebook page, Lubbock Lions, and you can go to our website, lubbocklions.org, or you can contact our office at 806-763-4789 for more information.
Now, we're going to be giving away tickets
Yes.
to get in now through time for the event. But if people don't win tickets here, how much are tickets? Where do they get tickets before and on that day?
Great question, Chad. It's $10 in advance. You can go to our website. There's information located on there. We have several businesses that Lions are representing from Apache Transmission. Sorry about that. We've also got Russell Donaway, Allstate Insurance on Indiana. He's selling tickets. We've also got tickets being sold at the Lubbock County Courthouse in the clerk's office, as well as at our Lions Club office. And I would just say contact our office at again, 806-747. Nope, 806-763-4789. Sorry about that. The cold's getting to me. Anyway, that $10 or $10 in advance. $12 at the door. Children 4 and under are free, and all first responders in uniform eat free. We want to thank all those people out there doing public service safety to help take care of us, especially during this weather.
Yeah.
You know, we want to thank them all the time.
Yeah. This is 7 a.m. to 7 p.m.
That's right.
Yeah.
All day long.
The line? It's real simple to go through the line.
It's
it
not
moves,
bad. Yeah.
which is fantastic. Is there a better time to go where the line is shorter normally?
You know, in the afternoon or in the evening,
Yeah.
you can have pancakes all day long.
Oh, sure
you know,
you can, yeah.
Everybody wants them for breakfast, but why not for lunch?
Yeah.
Why not for supper? You know, you can eat pancakes all day long. So, you know, that's a great time. Come out in the afternoon. We're actually going to try and get a hold of some mascots that hopefully will be out there wandering around the Civic Center, and hopefully we'll get them in the afternoon, so that might be a draw to bring the kids out there then, bring the families out then. And, you know, we're going to have lots of different things going on. It's not going to be boring. And the biggest thing I want to remind everybody is all of the proceeds that we raise off of the Pancake Festival go back into Lubbock organizations that serve and take care of our families here in our community that need the help. So while you're eating and filling up your tummy, you're filling up other people's hearts by helping them out.
Yeah.
You know,
tell folks about the Lions Club. What do y'all do?
You know, that's a great question. Thank you, Chad. We're a service organization. The the Lions Club have been around since 1929, and we are actually one of the largest clubs in the United States. So this is our biggest fundraiser, the Pancake Festival. We also do Kids Fish in April at McKenzie Park. That's been around for 11 years, just coming up. And we're also doing a district-wide Bark and Brew, and that you bring the dogs out, you sip on a little cider, you know, whatever you want to do. We got that going on. We also sell flags for Boy Scout or the Scout Troop 157. That's one of the troops that we sponsor as Lions Club. We do that on July 4th at the the parade. That's it.
Yeah.
And so we have lots of different activities we do throughout the year. The biggest thing is we raise money to keep in our community, to help take care of kids, whether it's glasses through Lubbock ISD, adult eyeglasses, Goodwill Industries, Meals on Wheels. You know what? They're having to use their second meal. These people that are homebound are having to use the second meal today. So our funds will go to help these people that are homebound. Lots of different situations like that we're helping out. We also serve the kids at the Texas camp at Kerrville for physically disabled, Down syndrome, and diabetic children too. You know what? Our service goes out to so many different people that it's endless. We don't realize it. And also, we'll have our collection boxes available again at the Pancake Festival for used eyeglasses and hearing aids. All those donated are taken overseas and helped out with children, adults, all alike, all over overseas that we can help out. So we don't waste anything. We put everybody to work, and it's a great time. We have about 1,000 volunteers that come out and help us, and it takes a lot to run a restaurant for one day.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
And y'all do a great job, and people love the Pancake Festival. And 74th Annual Pancake Festival. It's happened on Valentine's Day.
That's right.
This year, and so it's a great time to go out. You'll see people from you'll see your neighbors and friends and people that you see every single year out of the Pancake Festival, and you'll see someone you know.
That's right. We're going to have our VIP grill again with some of the local Lubbock celebrities, and they're going to be grilling heart-shaped pancakes. So we're going to have all sorts of little fun activities out there. Go to our Facebook page and keep up with the news that we're putting out there of the new little tidbits that we may be adding to the Pancake Festival.
Very nice.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks for stopping by. I know we'll visit with you again later on as we get closer to the event and get more people out there.
This you so much. Y'all come on out. If you've never been, don't say you don't have a reason not to. Just come on out.
Yeah, it's going to be a great time this year out at the Lubbock Lions Club Pancake Festival. The 74th Annual Pancake Festival happening all day Saturday, February 14th, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Sounds pretty good.
That's right. Be a sweetheart and come on out.
I like that. Let's do this. As we go to break, let's do the fourth caller. Fourth caller, you're going to win a 4-pack of tickets to the Pancake Festival. So Give us a call, 1-800-687-0790 or 806-699-5396. Caller number 4, you win. We'll be right back.
The Chad Hasty Show can be heard all over West Texas. Weekdays from 5 to 7 p.m. Tune into News Talk 95.1 and 790 KFYO in Lubbock. News Talk 940 in Amarillo. News Talk 94.7 and 1470 KYYW in Abilene. And in Wichita Falls on News Talk 96.3 and 1290. The Chad Hasty Show. Make it a part of your drive home. Weekdays from 5 to 7 p.m.
Heads up, Texas.
So you don't hit my car when I'm sitting at a stoplight.
Heads up, Texas.
So I can ride my bike safely.
Heads up, Texas.
So I can make it across the street without getting run over.
Heads up, Texas. So I don't have to write you a ticket. Heads up, Texas. Because driving and using your phone is a bad combination. Talk, text, crash. Brought to you by TxDOT.
When high winds and dangerous storms rock West Texas, stay ahead of the weather with the station you trust. Lubbock's official weather station, News Talk 95.1 FM, 790 AM KFYO.
Like a star that can't wait for a night. I hate to think I've been blinded, baby. Why can't I see you tonight? And the warmth of your smile starts burning, and the feel of your touch gives me fright. And I'm shaking so much, really yearn. Why don't you show up and make it alright?
Chad Hasty Show. You can send in your thoughts on the text line 806-680-2790. That's 806-680-2790. Governor Abbott says ICE needing to recalibrate mission after the deadly Minnesota shooting. Governor Abbott saying Monday the White House needed to recalibrate Immigration and Customs Enforcement's mission to rebuild public trust after the federal agents fatally shot a second protester in Minnesota. Abbott said immigration authorities should get back to what they wanted to do to begin with, focus on removing people from the country who are here illegally. He said respect for law enforcement, including ICE, is essential, and that the Trump administration needs to recalibrate on what needs to be done to restore that respect, especially under current circumstances. Abbott also said he believes federal officials are working on a game plan for agents to carry out removals in a more structured way without causing all the problems and fightings in communities. Abbott's call for a shift in strategy comes amid heated fights over immigration in Congress growing tensions inside the GOP. Some Republicans seeking a deeper investigation into federal tactics in Minnesota. Abbott largely blamed Democrat Governor Tim Walz and Minneapolis Mayor Jacob Frey for the unrest, accusing them of literally inciting violence. They have. Abbott said the fights on the streets are fomented by the governor up there, by the mayor up there. Quotes, truly the problem in Minnesota. It's more about the lack of leadership, and he's right about that. You don't have this anywhere else. Sure, you've had flare-ups and you've had protests, but not like what we've seen in Minnesota. Did you know that a ICE officer had his finger bit off by a protester? That didn't make much of the news, did it? You really didn't see that headline everywhere. This is why you have ICE officers who are on edge. You have you've got ICE officers who are worried about their personal safety. They're being attacked. They're being told to be attacked. And you have a really bad situation right now. Of course, I'm also of the mind to say, you know what, fine. You don't want any law enforcement in Minnesota. You don't get any, and you don't get any federal funding either. We're going to pull everything. You don't want any help. You don't want us to deal with, fine. You reap what you sow. You don't want our help. You don't want law enforcement in Minnesota. Fine. We're going to pull out, and we're also going to pull federal funding. Welcome to be you're welcome now to be a sanctuary state. Have fun. Good luck. (806-680-2790). That's 806-680-2790. Let's see on there was an app chat that came in. Let's see. Try to get to that. It's from Will. The right to bear and carry arms does not give you the right to be stupid. You approach law enforcement with a weapon on your hip, they're going to take you as a threat until otherwise. They're going to try to take the gun away from you, to talk to you, make sure that you're not a threat. But if you're acting irrational, protesting in the middle of law enforcement operation, you will be treated accordingly. So sorry that he lost his life, but if he had left his gun at home or stayed under law enforcement's way, he would still be here today. Now, there's a lot of that I agree with. You got to be smart. And just because you have a license to carry, or maybe you live in a state that doesn't require that anymore, like here in Texas, it doesn't give you the right to be stupid. You also shouldn't be shot just because you're stupid. Now, if you're acting in a threatening way, yeah, there's a good chance you're going to get shot. If you're impeding law enforcement, you're being stupid. If you try to draw your firearm on an officer, well, guess what? You're being really stupid. Now, the videos that are out there show that this guy did not draw his weapon, that the weapon was taken off of him by another law enforcement officer. Now, I think one of the big questions that's going to be out there is, did this gun have a accidental fire? Some have said it was a SIG P320, which has been notorious for having misfires. And if that happened, did that contribute to officers firing on this guy? One of the videos, you see a Border Patrol agent removing the firearm from the guy who's on the ground. An agent yells gun, you hear a gunshot, and then you hear other gunshots. So was there an accidental discharge from his gun that was being handled by another Border Patrol agent or ICE agent? These are all things that need to be investigated. Again, a lot of this is, I think, could very well end up being bad choices, bad decisions, and some bad luck, too. When we come back, Texas Ag Commissioner Sid Miller joins the show to discuss his re-election campaign. We'll be right back.
The Chad Hasty Show, weekdays 5 to 7 p.m. Sound off during the show by sending Chad a text at 806-680-2790.
There's danger out there. It lurks on highways and quiet neighborhood streets. It's more likely to kill you than a shark and more terrifying than the biggest snake. Distracted driving claims lives every day. Every notification, swipe, social post, video, or selfie while driving risks your life. So while you might think public speaking or the zombie apocalypse is scary, what's really terrifying and even deadly is distracted driving. Eyes forward, don't drive distracted. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Hi, Angie. This is your phone here in the cup holder. Pick me up.
No, I'm driving.
Oh, look, a text from Mr. Dreamy.
Hush, driving here.
I'm getting an email. Gwen is giving away free bunnies.
No, you are so pushy.
I know. I need therapy. Let's search it now.
Phone, quiet.
Before you get behind the wheel, silence your phone. Talk, text, crash. A message from TxDOT.
What's up, ladies? Weather forecast. Temperatures indeed were very cold today on this Monday, in the 20s for a high. Now the temperatures are dropping again near 11 degrees by Tuesday morning. On Tuesday, we'll finally go above freezing with a high temperature near 41 degrees under a partly cloudy sky. The weather is brought to you by the Sonic American Smasher. I'm meteorologist Ron Roberts on Lubbock's official weather station, News Talk KFYO.
Hi, this is Gordon Deal. Tuesday on This Morning, America's First News, the latest on the increased tension between federal and state officials in Minneapolis, plus the rules for immigration officers and bystanders. Also, what analysts are saying now about the current run for stocks, since many prominent forecasters were way off with predictions, and protecting your home against the icy grip of old man winter. Tuesday on This Morning, America's First News. Weekday mornings at 5 on News Talk 95.1 and 790 KFYO.
Saving you money, I'm Hillary Barsky. Many people are trying to shed weight and at the same time looking for free apps that can help them with the process. There are many weight loss apps on the market that offer free features, but it's important to check out to see if they offer easy, intuitive food and workout logging, goal-setting options like basic macro tracking, some level of education or feedback on your personal health trends, and tracking beyond the scale like sleep, energy, or other measurements. Among the free apps are MyFitnessPal for extensive food logging with barcode scanning, Lose It for beginner-friendly calorie counting and goal setting, and Chronometer for detailed nutrient tracking that supports specific diets, with free versions offering core features for calorie and exercise logging, water tracking, and community support. And at the same time, many of these apps offer paid subscription services. Most free weight loss apps use generic formulas to estimate your calorie and macro needs. Saving you money, Hillary Barsky, Fox News.
Every day I hear from Americans who feel like they're losing their voice, frustrated that their values are being ignored or erased. If that's you, let me tell you something that you can do right now. Join AMAC, the Association of Mature American Citizens. AMAC isn't just another group. It's a powerful community built on faith, family, and common sense. They're standing in the gap, giving millions of Americans the tools to stay informed, engaged, and prepared. Members get real, practical benefits, unbelievable discounts on insurance, travel, and retail, plus access to exclusive resources and the AMAC magazine, which is truly one of the best publications out there. And for a limited time, you can join free for 90 days, no credit card required, no strings attached. Just a chance to see what the Association of Mature American Citizens is all about for free. So go to amac.us/Levin right now. That's amac.us/LEVIN. Take the first step and make your voice matter again. That's amac.us/LEVIN.
The news and talk of West Texas. News Talk 95.1 and 790 KFYO.
Don't forget about Chad. Find Chad on social media at Chad Hasty Radio on X and Instagram. It's the Chad Hasty Show.
right, welcome back to the Chad Hasty Show. Whether you're listening in Lubbock, Amarillo, Abilene, Wichita Falls, and beyond, we're glad that you've tuned in today. We've got a lot more to get into, and of course, it is campaign season. Campaigns really heating up despite it being really cold outside. The campaigns are heating up, and joining us to talk about his campaign for re-election in the Texas Ag Commissioner's race. He's running, of course, in that Republican primary. He is the Ag Commissioner of the great state of Texas. We've got Sid Miller joining us once again here on the program. And Commissioner Miller, welcome back. How are you today?
I'm just dandy. Good to be back with you, Chad.
Yeah, absolutely. Good to hear from you. Tell folks why you decided to run for re-election as Texas Ag Commissioner. There were some rumors that you were looking at other possibilities, but you decided to run once again for Ag Commissioner.
Well, yeah, there was a possibility there. I was on the short list to be USDA Secretary. Of course, that didn't work out, so I've got the best job on the planet, as far as I'm concerned. I would have been a little, sad to have to go to Washington, but if the president asks you to do something, you need your help, I would have done it. So I do. I've got a lot left to do. First of all, this office, Chad, as you know, has been a launching pad for higher office. It's just been a holding pattern where you run for lieutenant governor or comptroller or something like that. It's not that way for me. I'm the Ag Commissioner. When I get up in the morning, I'm going to be it tomorrow, and I'll be it for 4 more years and put everything I've got to in it. I'm hard-working and hard-charging, and I think everybody knows that. So what have we got left to do? We've got a $50 billion ag trade deficit that I've got to whittle down. I've already scheduled 45 trade missions to foreign countries in the next 12 months, so we're whittling on that. We're working with the tariffs. We've still got to write a new farm bill. We're working on that. We've got the bird flu to deal with. We've got the swine flu to deal with. We're dealing with screwworms. Out in your area, we've got a new cotton pest that threatens our entire cotton industry. We're trying to keep that out of the state. Something similar is happening to our rice growers down in the rice growing belt. We've got, water issues with Mexico we're working on. I'm trying to bring the sugarcane plant back that closed, and we lost our sugarcane. It looks like we're going to get that back online and get the sugarcane growers some water. We've just got data centers coming in left and right, and solar farms, and no organization, no oversight, no guardrails. So I'm proposing agriculture freedom zones to try to give that some guardrails and incentive not to build on our very best farmland. We've got a new source of water we've got to explore that we haven't done, called deep earth water. So I'm on top of that. So there's no shortage of things left to do. I could go on and on. We've got mental health problems that we're addressing all across rural Texas. I'm trying to get that across the United States. We've just rural health care. I'm in charge of 191 counties, 161 hospitals. So that's always a challenge. That's a big challenge. We're doing border security, pulling trucks over and checking them for biohazards, anything that harm the ag industry, pest, invasive species, bacteria, viruses, you name it. So, yeah, I'm busy. I got lots to do. No shortage here.
Did you say 45 trade missions overseas that you've got scheduled already?
Yes,
is that normal? Is that normal?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, we've never done that before. No state's ever done that many, but some of them are inbound, some of them are outbound, about half and half. But still, that's a lot of marketing. And the reason we're doing that, the Biden administration, first time in our lifetime, left us with a $50 billion trade deficit. We're buying more food than we're selling. That's dangerous when we depend on foreign countries to feed us. So we've got to turn that around. Biden people did not sign one contract, not one. Not only did we not find new customers, we lost all of our old customers. So we're trying to climb out of a hole. America's always been the breadbasket of the world, and we feed ourselves and a lot of other people around the world. And agriculture, for years and years, was our number one export. Biden ruined that. We've got to get that back. That's really, really dangerous.
Yeah. So 45 trade missions overseas. Is that within the next 2 years or 4 years?
12 months.
12 months, 45.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I've got people in Dubai, Saudi Arabia today. I've got them in Lebanon. We're working the Middle East real hard.
Yeah.
So we're already going on that one.
When it comes to, I mean, you laid out a lot to deal with here. Why should folks trust you to deal with it versus your opponent?
Well, I'll tell you what. There's a big difference. Of course, my experience. I'm an 8th generation farmer and rancher, right off the farm. My opponent, 0 generations, wasn't raised on a farm, didn't know anything about it. My education is in agriculture. I'm an honors graduate, Tarleton State University. His education has nothing to do with agriculture. I was an ag teacher, FFA advisor. My opponent was never even in FFA. He says FFA doesn't even teach anything about agriculture. It just teaches leadership. So he doesn't know much there. We've got the Sunset Commission. We just went through that a couple of years ago. That's the agency that's kind of like bank examiners. They come in and really scrutinize your agency, see what's wrong with it, see what needs to happen. When they left our exit interview, they told me that all the decades they've been reviewing state agencies, that Texas Department of Agriculture was the best run agency they'd ever reviewed. So that's a pretty good endorsement of how well the agency is run, is that the examiners tell you you're doing a great job. I'll take that all day long.
Well, I want to ask you, you're the governor of Texas has endorsed your opponent. This morning on Mark Davis's show in Dallas, and I want to get your comments on this. The governor said that when it comes, he said it was nothing personal, but then said that you're an utter failure as ag commissioner, and that the quote everyone in the Texas Capitol realizes the disaster that he is, and that he's incapable of being able to lead an agency.
Well, the agency that he makes appointments to said we were the best agency in state government. You'd have to ask him. I don't know where. He's obviously got a burr under his saddle, but I've been endorsed by many conservative organizations of faith, Republican organizations, all across the state. There's many leaders who know that experience and knowledge. I have more experience, more knowledge than anybody running. People like Texas Right to Life. I'm the most pro-life state elected official there is, passing the sonogram bill. Texas Values Action, which is family-oriented. Most of the Texas Railroad Commissioners that are not on the ballot this time. Most of the Texas Republican congressional delegation. Lots of state legislators stand for me because, hey, they know Texas agriculture is the envy of the world, and I'm the best there is at it.
But the Texas legislature, they have clawed back a lot from your office, and there seems to be a lot of disconnect between your office and the state legislature. I mean, you've been on the show before and told us that you don't talk to the governor, you don't talk to the lieutenant governor, they don't take your calls. It seems like you don't really that there's not a lot of communication between you and the legislature overall. Is that correct?
No, that's incorrect. I've talked to Dan Patrick on a quite regular basis. Dustin Burrows has been great to us. We had our best legislative session ever, mainly thanks to him. We expanded our biosecurity operation greatly. We got $100 million for our young farmer program. We got everything we asked for and some stuff we didn't ask for.
So you would disagree with the governor?
That's all in the past.
So you would disagree with the governor when he said that the legislature basically doesn't trust you?
That's not true. I would disagree with that.
Okay. He also said that you have connections to criminality. What would you say to that?
Well, I've never been convicted of anything. Never been charged.
Well, but isn't he talking about your chief of staff?
Well, he just needs to come out and say it, and he probably is, Todd Smith's been with me 26 years, most trustful guy I know. He got, George Source, DEA attorney, is the one that came after Todd. They were after me, and to get me, they had to get Todd. So it's the same DA office that went after Tom DeLay, Rick Perry, Kay Bailey Hutchinson, came after me twice. We all proved our innocence, and Todd ran out of money. He took a deal, and I told him to take it. They bankrupted him, ruined his business, and it's just like they did. They were doing this. They did this at the same time they were charging and convicting Trump of 94 felonies. So it's just Democrat lawfare. A Soros district attorney, a Soros judge, he'd had to face a Travis County Democrat jury. They would have railroaded him. I mean, he had to take the deal. He didn't have a choice. So he's doing us a great job. He's the one that actually organized those 45 trade missions around the world. So I don't have any regrets. People that know me know I wouldn't hire, a crook, somebody that cheated the government. Oh, come on, give me. I tell you what, I've got one better than that. I don't know why they hadn't hit me on it, but I hired a Russian spy, according to the media. Trump's Russian asset. That colluded with Russia to throw the election to Trump. Carter Page works for me. He's been working for me a lot longer than Todd Smith. And he's also a good hand, very smart. I'm glad to have him both of them on the team.
What would you say to those who are just on the fence on this election? What would you say to the voters who truly they're still, they don't know who to vote for on this one? What's your final pitch to that voter?
Well, you've got someone that's experienced. I get the job done. I'm probably the most well-known ag commissioner in the United States. We work hard at it. I'm dedicated to it. I'm not a candidate for something else. My goal is to be the best ag commissioner Texas has ever had. And in 4 more years, I'm going to try to get better every day. And I'm going to work for the people, protect the school children. I'm going to keep feeding them locally grown produce. We bought $300 million of locally grown products to serve our children. That never happened before under any ag commissioner. So we've got lots of programs going on. We need to continue those. I'll continue to work for the Texas, mothers and fathers and farmers and ranchers and educators and everyone else that we work for.
If you win, will you try and sit down with the governor and hash out y'all's differences?
I'll sit down with the governor right now. I think the governor does a pretty good job. I don't know why he's got a burr under his saddle about me, but when he's wrong, I'll tell him about it, and a lot of other people won't do that. So maybe that rubs him, the wrong way. But anyway, he's not a bad guy. I'm a little disappointed that he would get involved in this race. He's got his own race to worry about. I think he's got 10 or 11 people running against him.
Who, the governor?
Yeah.
I don't think he's too concerned about the Republican primary. I'm just looking at the war chest and everything. I'm not sure he's too worried about the primary out there. Real quick, before I let you go, you've brought it up a couple of times that this is a launch. That office, ag commissioner, is usually a launching pad for other. Are you trying to say that your opponent is maybe aiming for a higher office already?
I don't know what he's doing. He is never held office. He doesn't have a track record. We don't know what his, if he's going to be conservative or liberal. He's zero experience. I don't know what his angle is. He's kind of, shooting awful high for the, first time out of the box. But he's a total unknown. We don't know what to expect from him. He's had zero agriculture experience other than bottling honey. That's the only connection to agriculture he's got.
I'm just hearing that the Farm Bureau has endorsed your opponent. Your reaction?
Well, they've never endorsed me. They don't endorse. They've never endorsed me. I'm not. I won't be their puppet. I think they're looking, for someone that they can mold and shape, and they can. This guy's going to have a lot of help. So I'm sure they'll be there if he gets elected. I don't think he will. So I was kind of shocked by that. Usually they just stay out of it, but they decided to get involved, and the governor may have had something to do with that, probably. I don't know.
All right. Commissioner Sid Miller, hey, it's always fun to talk to you. Let's do it again soon before the election, and tell folks where they can get more information about your campaign.
Miller for Texas. Miller for Texas on social media. And my website is sidmiller.com.
All right, very good. Commissioner Miller, thank you very much. Let's talk again soon.
All right, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. That's Texas Ag Commissioner Sid Miller running for re-election here in the Lone Star State. We'll be right back.
The Titan of Texas Talk Radio. The Chad Hasty Show.
Talking with newsmakers and about the issues that matter to you. The Chad Hasty Show, weekdays from 5 to 7 p.m. Chad's show is also digital with the Chad Hasty Show podcast. The Chad Hasty Show podcast can be downloaded on Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, Spotify, and the Radio On Demand page on KFYO.com. The Chad Hasty Show, all across Texas during your drive home, weekdays from 5 to 7 p.m.
You've got a life to live, and you don't want to miss out on any of it. That's why the first thing you do when you get in a car is buckle your seatbelt. Whether you're a driver or a passenger, not wearing your seatbelt could get you a ticket, a fine, or worse. Nobody wants that. So remember, if you love it, click it. Brought to you by the Texas Department of Transportation.
As you get ready in the morning and as you drive home from work, stay informed with the latest news from lawmakers across Texas and the rest of the country with Fox News every day right here on News Talk KFYO.
All right, back on the Chad Hasty Show as we begin to wrap things up. Thanks to Sid Miller for joining us. Appreciate him doing that. Tomorrow, Jason Corley will be stopping by. Visit with him about his campaign for Texas 19. Looking forward to that conversation. Let's see. On the app chat, Nate Sheets has never been on a farm. Doesn't he own a bee farm, a bee business? Yeah, he honey, but yeah. I would say he's been on a farm. I would say, yes, he's been on a farm and created a very successful business. I don't know. Nate Sheets, very nice guy. I think he would have the experience. You know, this idea that he hasn't been on a farm. Come on. Like I said, knows better. All right, everybody, enjoy your evening. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay warm. Lubbock set a new record this morning, low of -2 degrees. It was chilly. Beats the old record set back in 1966. God bless you all. We'll see you back here tomorrow at 5 p.m.
The Chad Hasty Show, a presentation of Texas Town Square Media Network. The views and opinions expressed during the Chad Hasty Show are not necessarily the views of this station's staff, management, advertisers, or Town Square Media.